93-70, the two-seeded Pioneers knock off the Catawba Indians as they go to 3-3 all-time between those two teams in the postseason. But what is really odd is the fact the score. In the 51 games played, 34 have been decided by 10 or less, 25 of those decided by 5 points or less. And, of course, we can go back to January where the guy sitting to my right had to hit a game winner to give the Pioneers a victory in Salisbury. Joined by Pioneer Junior Trenton Gibson, whose Pioneers survive in advance. I guess we can say that, 93-70. Trenton, good game. We'll talk about your line here in a second. But to get going for this Pioneers, you guys go wire to wire against a really good team. The two hottest teams not named Carson Newman in the league here tonight on display. And you guys came in and just kind of went back and forth there in that first half. Why were you guys so successful early in this contest?
We were getting stops, first and foremost. Stops and rebounding, that's our mantra. And when we get stops, we can run. And when we're out in transition, that's when we're at our best. And,
a lot of guys stepped up in this game. You get the 20-point lead in that second half, and then, boy, they really brought a lot of emotion. It took a little while for us to right the ship. What were some of the things that they were doing to get themselves back into the game?
It's basketball. It's playoff basketball. I mean, nobody wants to go home. Their season's going to be over. So they were giving us everything, fighting on the glass. But like I was saying in the huddles, once we get our stops, once we get our rebounds, we can run, and we're really hard to compete with.
Yeah, they really got hot there for a while, and they got going. Guys like Josh Scott played a lot. We lost our 5 for a long time in that first half, which I think was going to benefit Catawba, but Dyquavis comes in, and he and Josh Scott really did a nice job. Let's talk about those two. We haven't seen Dyquavis here in the last couple of games at making that type of an impact, but he was a big impact player for us tonight.
Yeah, like I said, it's March. I mean,
right.
You don't know whose number it's going to be, and every game we have is going to be somebody. Tonight was Dyquavis, and he came in and gave us a great lift rebounding.
And then for this team, we're struggling, and Justin Mitchell hits that 3, and I think that just kind of set the tone. We were 1-for, actually had not scored in 3.5 minutes, had 2 free throws by Nadi Legist, and then Justin hits the big 3, and sometimes it's a second chance opportunity, and that's what we earned. And we had a lot of those second chance points tonight, and that's also, as you've already talked about, our mantra. Why are we so successful doing that?
It's because we every time before we go on the court, we say play hard, and that's all we want to do. We want to fly around. We know if shots aren't going in, that's fine, but we can make up for it. We can rebound it. And then Justin, in the first half, he was kind of pressing a little bit, told him relax, and he stepped in, knocked in a good 3 for us.
Knocked in a huge 3, a momentum-swinging 3. All right, so your line, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. You've had a triple-double, so you've already been there, done that, so it's not that big of a deal. But, I think that just shows you played 40 minutes tonight as well. Yeah, and Coach really relied on you. That leadership role, man, you've really embraced that. Why are you changed as a player this year for this team? How have you changed as a player for this team?
The last 2 years I've kind of been the guy, but I've been surrounded by other guys. And this year, Coach Chartrand was talking to me before the season. He said, this has to be your team. You have to step up, and you have to be the guy. But to the assists and to all them stats, I think it's just how fast we play. More possessions. I'm getting assists. I'm able to look. I got James back, and he's giving me a lot of them.
And he is so he didn't have his best shooting night tonight, which was crazy. But he still gives you that opportunity because he's so quick. Defensively for you and James, you had to guard one of the toughest guards in Marcus Burwell. He frustrated him a little bit. He got going early, but what did you change anything to try to defend him any differently?
I think we were sagging off in the beginning because he's a great driver and he made us pay for it.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to apply the pressure, and we knew he was going to be able to drive us. So we were asking B and Anaya to be able to step over and kind of give us some help side.
All right, so about 20 seconds to play. It looks as if the Eagles are going to survive it, and they'll be here on what appears to be on a Thursday semifinal day for this Pioneer team. Back into the semifinal, second consecutive year. Is it a little bit unfinished business for this team going forward?
A little bit. Each year we've improved. First year we lost in semis or quarters, and then last year the semis. So we just want to take that next step. That's what it's about, building the culture here. And Carson Newman is a great team, so we'll have our hands full.
Hey, congratulations. Best of luck Thursday.
Thank you.
Trenton Gibson, Pioneers knock off Catawba. Back with J.T. Burton after this. Your final, Tusculum 93, Catawba 70, here on the Pioneer Sports Network.